U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Pope Francis exchanged Easter greetings at the Casa Santa Marta, where the pontiff is recovering from pneumonia. The meeting was held in an effort to reconcile relations between the Vatican and the Trump administration.
Pray for you every day.
Meanwhile, crowds gathered in St. Peter's Square for Easter Mass. Having to cut down on his workload because of his recovery, the Pope had delegated the celebration of the Mass to another cardinal. However, after the Mass ended, the pontiff appeared on the balcony of the St. Peter's Basilica, where he blessed the crowd.
Buona Pasqua.
Pope Francis then also made a surprise appearance as he drove through the piazza in his Pope-mobile, blessing thousands of people in the square. The scene used to be common in the past, but was unthinkable just a few weeks ago when the Pope was in the hospital.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Sunday accused Russia of breaking its own Easter ceasefire, saying Moscow continued to launch attacks overnight. The accusation comes after Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a ceasefire on Saturday. Despite Putin's declaration of an Easter ceasefire, Zelensky said Ukrainian forces had recorded 59 instances of Russian shelling and 26 assaults by units across various areas along the front lines, as well as dozens of drone strikes. Zelensky's accusations were countered by Russian officials who blamed Ukrainian forces for carrying out attacks. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, Ukraine shot at Russian positions and launched drone attacks. The claims were not independently verified. Meanwhile, authorities on both sides reported the war's largest prisoner exchange on Saturday. Officials said around 277 Ukrainian soldiers had been returned from Russian captivity, while around 246 Russian soldiers were returned from the Ukrainian side. An Israeli probe into the killings of 15 Palestinian medics last month in Gaza by its military said on Sunday it found professional failures and a deputy commander will be fired. According to the IDF, the investigation found that the deputy battalion commander, due to poor night visibility, assessed that the ambulances belonged to Hamas militants. 8 Red Crescent personnel, 6 civil defense workers and a UN staffer were killed in the shooting before dawn on 23 March by Israeli troops in a district in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. It is not the first time that Israel has faced accusations of killing emergency and humanitarian workers in the Gaza war. According to the UN, Israeli strikes have killed more than 150 emergency responders from the Red Crescent and civil defense, most of them while on duty, as well as 1,000 health workers during the war.
Thousands of people gathered in central London to protest after the UK's Supreme Court ruled on the definition of woman. The top British court ruled that a woman is someone born biologically female, excluding transgender women from that definition. Trans groups are worried that the landmark decision would undermine their rights despite the UK's highest court stressing their continued protection from discrimination. The new ruling is set to exclude transgender women from women's toilets, hospital wards, and sports teams. Out of 66 million in the UK, some 116,000 identified as trans in the latest census records.
Gathered on Liberation Square in Rus to celebrate Easter on Sunday. Hundreds of dancers and citizens took part in a folk dance, a line dance performed in circles and chains. In Bulgaria, both Orthodox and Catholic Christians celebrate Easter, with the latter usually coming a few days before. However, every few years, the two coincide on the same day, such as this year.
Българският дух. Много важно нещо, което и нашите традиции, които е много важно да се спазва всеки път.
As per Christian Orthodox tradition, families usually dye eggs on Holy Thursday. The first egg must be dyed red, symbolizing the blood of Christ.
Сферата на този празник е да си със семейството си, да правиш, да бъдеш яйца, да правиш козунаци.
Adults and children lined up on Sunday, taking turns tapping their eggs against each other. Whoever ends up with the last unbroken egg is the winner and is expected to have a year of good fortune and health.